Shri Nitai Gaura Chandra ki, Shri Prabhupada ki, Tai Gaura Premanande.
Hare Krishna. One more time. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki. I would like to request if you all can come closer. You all are kind of squished the back. There's more space. Come forward. There's a lot of big empty space here, so please do come forward. And we're hoping that we'll get more devotees coming in slowly, because there's quite a bit of devotees who've done quite a bit of service for our Ratha Yatra. Many devotees wonder how much it takes to hold a festival like Ratha Yatra, especially Ratha Yatra. And of course, everyone has the right to know, because we need to know how much is spent, what is spent, where it's going, why it's so expensive, which I will definitely share, because after COVID, everything has gone up in price. We all know that. So if even, the groceries have gone up in price, what to speak of holding a festival. So I'm going to show the simple basic income expense report of what has been spent, what we received, and what we spent, and what we have left with. And then I will definitely share what we do when there is a profit. So just waiting for Surat and the youth to set this up. But this Ratha Yatra festival we've tried different locations, different spots, different areas, and different venues. And this has so far been the one that's been pretty conducive. Being the space that we had, we got a lot of space this time where it's like very much open, not squished up like how it used to be in the old days. So that's a different change. And of course, it was a little challenge this year because, like I said, it was pretty expensive to hold this Ratha Yatra because of prices. So we will definitely see how much it costs so that everybody is very clear. And because why is because of your kind donation that actually made this festival possible. Without kind donation, there is no way we can have a festival of this magnitude. Are we almost done? You need a couple more minutes, Subrat? You need a couple more minutes to shoot the projector? I sent it to him, to his email. Okay, fine. And not only does it take donation, which is the biggest aspect of any festival, but it also takes bodies to make it happen. And Krishna is kind that now we have a few team leaders in each team that you give them the service and they run the show, and you have nothing to worry about. And I would definitely follow after seeing the expense report, and any questions you have, I would be happy to actually share who are the team leaders in the different areas that make this service possible. And they will share with you how they did it and who they pulled in. Because if you see, it's like a domino effect, I assign someone, then they bring in people, then the people bring in more people. Next thing you know, the whole town is part of it. That is the beauty of community building and Krishna consciousness, that it takes everybody's effort to make a festival of this magnitude so big and yet so amazing, and at the same time it's enjoyable. So if you see, so this year, donations alone, we received, there's a flip here, but anyway, it's my fault, not your fault. We got $15,156 that we received from donation. And that's how much it takes to run a festival, approximately. There was sometimes we had to cut corners because that's all we have. But that's how much we got in as donation, $15,156. We got a sponsorship, that's a flip here. So It's supposed to be sponsorships for 501 and pledges of 190. So we're still expecting about $190 pledges from 3-4 devotees who have pledged to make it, to put towards the festival. So that's how much we have total, is 15,847, almost 16,000 to run the festival. And how much did we spend, if you see, is 14,862.34. It's quite a bit of chunk that goes out. And the profit that we made is 984.66. And what happens to that profit? Two things. If it's a big profit, which sometimes we did get in the past, but this year because of price shooting up, we didn't get much profit. So this will sit in the account as seed money for next year's festival. That's how we start off, and then we come begging you guys for your kind donation to make the festival happen. In the past, when we have more than just that seed money, we will put it towards a temple project, probably to fix the furnace. Like last year, we had to fix a furnace down in the temple basement. It needed a new heating system, different things that we use it for, Actually, one of the things that we used last year, which we didn't do this year, was we had to do the banners, if you remember, Prasad Prabhu. That was a big of a chunk went into that. So we used previous year's seed money towards banners. So that way we don't have to keep doing it every year. That's already an asset that's sitting in the temple for future purposes. So if you see, now what is the license and permits? In order to get a permit to do the Yatra, that's how much it costs. To get the permit to do the Ratha Yatra in the park and to use the water hydrant so that we can get water at the park. So that's the permit. The Ratha Yatra cart alone is $2,000 because that's his livelihood. Akhilananda Prabhu, that's his livelihood. He just lives on that. He doesn't work. He's 70, he's retired. Let's put it that way. So that's how much it costs. The marketing involves printing and invitation cards, letters, flyers, posters, mailing, all that good stuff. Whatever falls under marketing, that's how much we spend. Accommodation is when we had to accommodate Akhilananda Prabhu, some of the outside kirtaniyas. So sometimes it involves, probably with Chandramali Swami, if he needs something, if we have a special guest, a speaker like Chandramali Swami, if he needs something, then we, because they're all on a very particular diet. So we have to meet their needs in terms of their health needs. Stationary travel is, it involves when we had to fly certain devotees from different cities to come to our Ratha Yatras. That's one thing that we use that for. Stationery is supplies, like envelopes and stamps and, papers and stuff like that. That's what we use it for. Rentals, that is the highest amount if you see. Because out of this amount, 3,700 approximately goes into the tables, chairs, and stage. It's not a small amount. It's almost $3,700. If I'm not mistaken, before COVID, it was much cheaper. It was much cheaper. So everything has skyrocketed after COVID. But that's how much we had. And we did not order any extra tables, chairs, stage. It was the same thing, but this year it just jumped up. It was the same last year too, actually. So rentals alone, it was involved the stage, the tables, the chairs, the U-Haul truck to transport the water dispensers, the Penske truck to bring the prasadam, the boga from here to Baltimore Temple, they cook and they bring it back in those 16-something whatever camera containers we have. So that's what it involves. That covers all the rentals here. Gifts is what we give the devotees. Thank you gifts, appreciation gifts. Some of them, they come, like we had one of the entertainers, that thing, oh yeah, he's down here. The folks that we tried them the first time, a lot of feedback about that. We won't touch on that one right now. But yes, so that one we had to pay for them to do that service. Groceries involved the whole weekend's festival. It was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we had a 3-day festival of groceries and supplies and, last minute, we don't have enough flour, we don't have enough sugar, we need a bag of limes, we are running back and forth from here to Walmart and Sam's Club. So this last minute stuff, these are all the grocery amounts. Ground maintenance involves whatever we needed for those that are outside, doing all the Ratha Yatra supplies and all that kind of stuff. Decoration, This alone is flowers. $1,000. It's that expensive. It was not like that pre-COVID. After COVID, it doubled the price. It's very expensive. In fact, I remember that the day off or the morning off, I had to run to Giant to get more flowers. No, the day before, I had to run to 2 Giants. I think Gorang was there to go and find more flowers because we needed more flowers. And that's how it jumped up to 1018. Right, that's the supplies and entertainment, and you see all this total up to 14,862.34. The profit is 984.66. This was only possible by all your kind donation. You all should applaud yourself for this. Seriously. Because there was no way we could have done this without anybody's donation. So you see very clearly where the money is being used and why it's so expensive. You know, we received a couple of feedback from devotees. How come it's more? Why is the sponsorship or the cost more costly than in the past? This is why. Things have jacked up in price. Things have doubled, literally doubled. So everything has gone up in price. So I was speaking to one devotee a few days ago. This devotee is into real estate. And he was telling, Mataji, I'm so happy the price has increased. I said, really? He says, because I get, my tenants pay extra rent of 45%, so it's my benefit. I'm like, okay. It's to your benefit that you're getting extra rent, but the one who's paying is suffering. So it's a plus and a minus, you see? So this is the reason why some of, when we were requesting for different level of sponsorship, it was a little bit higher because the cost of living, lack of a better word, of supplies or products just jumped up in price. That's exactly what happens. So this is the report that we wanted to show everyone so we know where things are going. There are few devotees that I worked directly, that I served directly in Ratha Yatra that I really, really want to recognize and appreciate. And they are the team leaders of each of the services. They do an amazing service. These are the devotees, if you ask them, they don't say no. They never say no. They will make it happen, they will wing it, I don't know what they will do, but they will never say no. And one of them is Vinod Prabhu. Come up. He's shy, he's quiet, but he is an amazing devotee. Come, Vinod Prabhu. And I want to thank you. A week or two before, we were going back and forth and chatting. Thank you so much. Oh, no. Thank you. A week or two before the festival, when we were going back and forth and texting each other, sometimes at 12 o'clock, midnight. And, and then at the end said, Mataji, don't worry, I'll take care of it. I'm like, thank you. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. Thank you. Like so willingly they will say, I'll take care of it, don't worry, thank you. That shows leadership. He took the ball, pulled it by the horn, and he ran the show. Even the day before, when they had to do the whole setup, he came at 2 o'clock, did everything, went out with, the guys, got there on the side. I don't know what happened up there. And then we saw magic the next day. So thank you, Vinod Prabhu. Thank you so much, from the bottom of my heart. Really, thank you. Now, I have to go through some of these books because I don't know who is here and who is not here. The reason we chose books as a gift, because sometimes there's never an end to knowledge. And books is a valuable knowledge. You can read it and we get more and more insights of it. And we thought this is a better gift than something to put on the wall. In fact, I was speaking to one devotee and they said, Mataji, how much space is there on my wall? I said, okay, then we'll give the books then. No, the wall gets filled up. Another family that I really want to thank so much, and again, ever willing to do service, is Prasad and Varsha's family. Please come up. You both can come up together, not just one. Both of you come up. This is one family, if you see, they were in 4 different places, right? Prasad was with the ground maintenance, Varsha was with the cooks, one was with the sound system, one was doing mridanga. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is a book written by the most senior disciple of Shiv Prabhupada, Mukunda Maharaj. And it's his pastimes. It's called The Miracle on 2nd Avenue in New York City. We'll tell you how the whole thing happened, so enjoy it. Thank you so much. This one family, in fact, I remember when we went to New York Ratha Yatra last year, on the way, Varsha asked me, Mataji, you know what? If you don't mind, I can plan this year. I said, take it. I am not going to say no, you can take that service, I'm fine. She did a wonderful job till the end. So much so that she and Prasad, I think it was Prasad that went back and forth with the rental company and got us more credit. So thank you for that. So this is what I'm saying, you give them a service and they make it happen without a blink of an eye. Amazing. Of course, they are blessed with 2 wonderful sons. Amazing boys. They didn't applaud. Come on, give them a clap of hands. Wonderful sons, absolutely wonderful. Another devotee that I appreciate a lot, and somehow this devotee has really been able to tolerate me, is Jit Mitra Govinda Das. This is also another devotee. I tell him what I want and he gets it done. He doesn't blink and he doesn't question, and we have our Ras. Thank you. Sincerely, thank you so much. Very nice, amazing. Amazing devotee. Another devotee who's now beginning to get a taste of how intense I can be, but still know that there's love in it, is Saurabh Prabhu. And you will always see him here every weekend, serving the devotees. In fact, I remember he does the Sunday morning Guru Puja and Tulsi Arti. And he said to him, Mataji, please don't give the service to anyone. I want that service. I said, you got it. I'm not going to say no. And he comes every Sunday morning without fail. At 7 o'clock, 6:30, he does Tulsi Arti and he does Guru Puja, and he'll be singing the bhajans loud. It's beautiful. You want to feel it? Come on Sunday mornings and hear Saurabh Prabhu being in bliss. Thank you, Saurabh. Thank you so much. Amazing. Krishna is so kind that he's given us some really young boys, men. My husband always said they're not boys, they're men. Men to really, help us in Prabhupada's prayer mission. So I'm very, very grateful for that. Looking for more that I can find here. This family, just like Prasad and Rukmini, Prasad and Varsha, I'm sorry. This family, all 4 are engaged. One is here, one is here, one is here, one is here. That is called devotional service. Prabhupada says the whole family must be engaged in service, not just the mother, not just the father, not just the kids, everybody. Only then will everybody feel the sweetness of what it means to be engaged in devotional service. That is Nitya Gopal and Rukmini. And I hope you enjoy, again, and for those that, Rukmini is in the kitchen, in the pujari room. You want to go grab her? Because she tends to have to hide, I know that. And if devotees, this, I can definitely share that news now because it's a closed deal arrangement, lack of a better word. But Nitya Gopal and Rukmini have now received Brahman initiation. They got the mantra from the spiritual master in India and they were thrown into the fire yesterday in Baltimore temple. So we are very happy that the Lord has sent 2 more pujaris to serve Netai Gaurachand, and they do wonderful service. Thank you so much for engaging your children and all of 4 of you in service. Thank you so much. Where's Achut? Where's Achut? Achut, he's outside. Go get him. And where's Adi? Go get those 2 boys. Yeah, can you go get those 2 boys, please? Because I really want to also, appreciate them. Like I said, when Nitya Gopal was on the ground maintenance, Rukmini was on the cart. She was on the Ratha Yatra cart helping with the Pujari services. Aditya was in the sound system. And Achut was his backup. there was so much drama happening in the sound system that day. Aditya got shouted at, yelled at, insulted, you name it. So much so that he was so chill, and then you have, huh? He was calm. Then you have someone like Gorang about to fight with those women, and my husband saying, why are you shouting at this young boy? And people are fighting. He's like, just chill, you know? Nita go to Chandra ki, Subhadra ki. So he was so calm and so chill, and the devotees were fighting for him because they didn't like the way he was treated. Then I was remembering when I saw all these devotees going to fight for this young boy Aditya, I was remembering this powerful nectar of instruction verse where Srila Rupa Goswami says, when a devotee is being insulted or humiliated, either you walk away, you go fight for them. And I'm so glad none of them walked away. They fought for Aditya. Amazing. That is called community. We don't sit and let someone get insulted and say, forget it. No, we go and we fight for them. That's what we were told by Srila Rupa Goswami. That is real community building. So, where are the boys? Are they crawling? Drag them by their dhotis and come. These two boys are so funny. Aditya, there he is. If anybody wants to learn to be calm, I think he's the one that we taught how to be calm. But he was literally under the entertainment the whole time. Didn't even move from there. Amazing how this whole family serves so nicely in 4 different areas. That is called a powerhouse. Thank you, Nita Gopal. Thank you. I mean, seriously. Okay, the other person is on the altar, so I can't call him. I'll call him when he comes off the altar. Okay, this devotee. I think each one of us can write a book about this devotee because we are so indebted to all that he does. None other than Ram Babu. Thank you is a very small word, Ram Babu. But from the deepest of my heart, thank you. Seriously. Thank you so much. We all have seen how Ram Babu serves in the temple. He goes. It's very rare do we see him sitting and having prasadam. Very, very rare. When he's sitting, we're like, Ram Babu, you actually got a break from serving? You're actually eating? Really? Wow. It's like, whoa. This is the example. And I always tell devotees, if we want to learn selfless service, just follow Ram Babu. Hang on to his dhoti and kurta. He exemplifies that. He doesn't stop until everybody has eaten, everybody has served, even takeouts and dabbas. Then only he'll eat. Thank you for being you, Ram Babu. Really, thank you. This family is not here, but I'm going to call upon them as Dear Krishna's family. And we know what happened. His mom left her body, and you'll be amazed how positively he's taking it. Amazing. Every day we text back and forth, and I'm so inspired by the way he's handling this whole process of losing his mom. So positive. If anything, he's so positively happy that she left in the month of Purushottam. What more do we need? And not only that, he said that right before she left, like she knew, his sister was giving a tulsi leaf, and she grabbed it. Wow. This is the examples that we think of, we try to follow, and we live by it. Suvrat, come up, beta. This is another devotee boy from the family where Dear Krishna was running the show with me. Suvrat was one of the fighters that fought with the son that was trying to, hurt Aditya. He was like, "Arr." Then he got hurt also in the middle of it. But you will never, he was in the sound system. Tungaviti was in the Sunday school, Dir Krishna was someplace else, and then Bhavya was in the Sunday school, all doing service. Oh, Krishna, I just saw it and I put it someplace else. This is my mind, very bad. Wait, is it here? Or did I put it aside? Brinda, Manoharini, come here. There it is. Thank you. Can you get those from the kitchen, please? Okay, so, yeah, you go get them. The big girl can come here. One devotee that I really want to thank. That's off. Can you do something with it, please? Thank you. One devotee that I really want to also thank is Preeti Mataji. I asked her to do a service. She was so ecstatic. She cooked the lunch burger offering for Lord Jagannath on that day. And she said to me, cooking for them was like, she said, I felt like I was cooking for the Lord. I said, yes, you are. And she was in bliss the whole day. Thank you. She is one devotee, has never said no to service. Even when I'm going crazy in the kitchen, she comes to rescue. All the time. Thank you for being you. Amazing. Always coming to rescue the kitchen cooking. All the time. She and her daughter Arya, both of them. And Arya loves to make garlands, loves to make sweets. Both of them always ready to do service. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. One other devotee that so powerful, yet so young. Gaurang. He came 2 days before and literally helped with the Adivas Kirtan. No matter how exhausted he was, didn't even know the outcome of it. And then the whole Ratha Yatra, I had to send him to Walmart that morning to get tarps. And he went, and they had 3 hours sleep? I don't know what it was sleep. And he was running around the whole Ratha Yatra, from me to Vinod to... He was crazy. And the whole entertainment. He was the support for my daughter during the whole entertainment. Not only that, him and Anuradha, she's downstairs, when she almost fainted, it was him that helped me take this girl in my house because, she's big. I can't lift her. And my husband, with his health, I said, Gaurang, you have to come help me take this girl in the house. And he had to go to Delaware. I said, I'll do anything. And he came to my house, brought her in the house with me, took her blood pressure, took her blood sugar, gave her this, gave her instructions, everything, and went back. Thank you. And come, why are you sitting? You have an extra gift from the girls in here. Thank you for being you, seriously. This is one boy that I said that one day I'm going to adopt him. Thank you. He's 19, but the way he manages, yeah, you don't believe it, right? He's 19. But the way he manages things is like, 45, 55, powerhouse. Amazing young boy. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. In fact, I texted his father. I told his dad, to let him come. I told his dad, can you please send your son? I said, your son did so much service on that day. By me not recognizing him, it would be a sin. I said, please send your son. He said, sure, Mataji, no problem. I said, very well. That's how he came. Thank you. Thank you so much. This shows that the future of ISKCON is pretty strong. Because we have these young people that's going to run the whole mission for Prabhupada. Not only that, they love Prabhupada. They love Prabhupada like anything. They love Kirtan like anything. Amazing, amazing devotee. That's why every festival I call Gaurang. I said, Gaurang, can you please come? He says, Mataji, talk to my dad. I said, okay, I'll talk to your dad. Then he comes. And when he comes, he's always, I mean, we saw him in Ujjwal during the 25th, when we welcomed the deities. He was all over the place. All over the place. Amazing, amazing devotee. In fact, that night, what happened was, few devotees might not know or may know, is when I was coming up the steps, that after the festival, I slipped and fell and hurt my back. And there was 2-3 devotees there, and for some reason, Manoharini runs to Gaurang for everything. That's her go-to person. They have this interesting, bhai behen, brother-sister ras. It's like so funny. She just went straight to, and we call him Dr. Vasudhi because he's a medical student. So I said, I'll be your first patient. That's what I told him. She ran to him and he came flying on the steps. I said, Beta, you're going to fall too. Be careful. And all the youth, that day is when I realized how strong our youth are. Every youth in the temple that were there, they all came running down because I couldn't walk. My back was hurt, my shoulders were hurt. Literally carried me to the car, and all the youth came to my house. All the youth, literally. And I remember driving in the car, my back was in so much pain, and poor Suvrat, just to give me support from the bumpy road, whatever, he held his hand behind my back until his hand went numb. Amazing. Amazing. And then they all came to my house. They opened the couch. I was laying down on the couch. They were one massaging my leg, my feet, my head, my whatever. Then I slept off. I think around 1 in the morning or something. I had a very bad leg cramp, and I screamed. I said, Krishna, Gaurang, something. I screamed. And I didn't know that the youth was still awake. They were having an ice cream party in my living room. I thought they were all gone and they were crashed in some corner in my house. As soon as I screamed, Krishna, I was cramps. All the youth came running to my room. I said, is that an earthquake or what? They dropped the bowls of ice cream and they came running and massaging my leg, my feet, my this, my that, until I slept off. That's when I realized this. Krishna has blessed me with so many children, not just both my girls. And I feel very fortunate and blessed that all the youth here are like my kids. Something happens and they run to my help, and I'm grateful to all the youth. Thank you for being you. Really. Thank you. Absolutely. One family that I cannot forget, and I will not forget, that was very instrumental in helping me with my daughter on that day, that really stayed in my mind a lot, when she had heat stroke, dehydration, all that bad stuff, good stuff, whatever you want to call it, was Anuradha Sharma. Thank you. Thank you and your wonderful daughters. I was telling her that day when I saw her in Ratha Yatra, I said, is whenever I do the announcements, and when I don't see Saira in the front, I feel that something is missing. Like some body is missing. The spot is not in the right... Empty. You right? Like this spot is not Saira. Who's this person sitting in Saira's spot? That's how much, what's the word? She left behind this mark in my life. Saira, thank you. Really. I want to thank the whole Sharma family for being who you are. Thank you for helping me work with my daughter when she was sick. After 2 days, thank you for your wonderful daughters. Thank you for raising them to be service personified. They are definitely a gem in this temple. Please don't take them away too soon. Let them come every week, because when they're not here, I can definitely feel the absence. Strong, strong, strong. So, do you want to come get your gift for your mom and dad, girls? Come. This one here. Yep, this is it. Wonderful. Thank you. Wonderful. I'm going to call up, let me see if I have the books that I'm looking for, because I feel like I'm missing some names here. Rinda, can you please help me, kid? I'm going to call up Vinod Prabhu. If he can come up and give out the gifts for your team, because you know who they are, and they all have names in it. But you, come on, bro. What happened to that thing you had on Ratha, that whole leadership thingy? Come on. Well, you know the names, so they're right here. If you can call them, that would be great, bro. The names are in here. Little foods. Snack stall, right? Is that you? That's Varsha. Okay, I'll give that to Varsha. Varsha, can you also come up? You thought you'd get away with it, right? It never ends, Mataji. I just got names, because they all got names in this. Rohit, what's the second letter? Can you speak something about Meena Ravi? She always does this. Can I give the mic to you? Now we're going to have the team leads, because they work with the other devotees directly, so they would do more justice than I would. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna. I first like to thank you, the leaders of tent setup and electric supply point team, because they set up so nicely. On Rath Yatra day, we have to just go and start our stand. We don't have to do anything. They plan it so well. Thank you. So we have the two stalls. One is chart stall and dosa stand. And I would like to thank you, Manoj Panchal and his family, in taking care of chart stall. And the entire family helped in taking care of chart stall. Even Ankita's parents are here. They were also part of chart stall. They were helping us. And first I will thank our very young devotee, Manoj Panchal. Entire day he took care of ISKCON single-handedly, and he was so excited, and he didn't need any help. And he was like, when we are ran out of syrup, he was saying, "Can I go and get the syrup?" I said, "No, we are done now for the day. We'll wait for next year." So thank you, Manang, and he is helping us since so many years. Yeah. And we have another young devotee, Pranav Haure. He always takes care of cash register. Because we know that he will not make any mistakes there. And Manoj Prabhu, he took care of samosa stand. Entire day he was frying the samosa in spite of such a hot day. Thank you, Prabhu. Ankita Mataji's mother helped us in cutting all vegetables, whatever required for chaat stall. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, can you please come?
Manan, can you come and get a gift for your parents?
Thank you. Clap for him.
I have to say that when Manan was at the stall doing ice cream, he didn't want to stop. You know, most kids, how old he was? 10 years? 9. 9-year-old kids, they want to go play with their friends. No, he had a ball doing this ice cream. He had a ball till the end. I mean, till the end. And, you know, he was enjoying with the colors and then the ice. And, yeah, so such an inspiration to see how he was enjoying the service while his friends were playing and having a whatever time. But you had a better time, right? Haribo.
Entire day from 11 to 5, right, Manang? Entire day you are making ice cola from 11. All the time? No, you are there all the time. Okay, so, and of course, Ankita Mataji. Without Ankita Mataji, we cannot run the chart stall. Thank you, Ankita Mataji. Because she helped in everything, like making chutney, arrangement, setting up the stand, and cleaning up, serving the customer. She was involved in everything. So, and around 5 o'clock, we have a lot of customers. I think might be after all programs, dance and everything. They were so hungry. And we had so many customers in one, like 10, 15 customers. Somebody's asking pani puri, somebody's asking bhel. And that time, few devotees from Reading, Anita Mataji and Anuradha Mataji, they came in to help us. And even Shivani Kote, she came to help us to make the chart and everything. Thank you, Shivani Mataji. Okay, so second stall was dosa stand. We don't have devotees here. It was completely run by all volunteers. So I just want to take their names. They are not here, but it's very important. We should recognize their help in dosa stand. So whenever dosa stand comes, we always think about South Indian. We don't want to take risk making sambar or anything. So I need to get the volunteers for making prasadam, like dosa sabji, chutney, sambar, and batter, so many things. So Ladaram and her friends help us to make the dosa batter. And there were actually two things, making prasadam and running the stall at the, making the dosa at the stall. So for making prasadam, Lataram and her friends help. Meena Ravi helped in making sambar. Praniti Mataji helped in making sabji and chutney, and Madhu Mataji helped in making sabji. And while running the dosa stall, we had a slot of every 2 hours, so we had 3 slots, and in that Praniti Mataji and her family, second slot Lata Ram and her family, and third slot Madhu Mataji and her family. Okay, that's it. Thank you. It's always happens like before Ratha Yatra, we think there are so many activities and we get overwhelmed how it will happen and all. But it's always His mercy. He gets everything done. We are just the doers. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. By the way,
This is the first time he's behind mic, so please enjoy it.
don't suffer it. So Hare Krishna, I would like to first thank Mataji and the temple to trust me and the devotees who have been doing this all throughout for so many years. So without that trust and confidence, I don't think it will be possible for us to continue with this service. Second thing, all the devotees, I know there are many who just turns up on this day of for tent setup. They are very enthusiastic to do this activity, and I would say I'm just the coordinator, not the lead or anything. I know mainly our veteran Nitya Gopal Prabhu is here, who has the map of what needs to be done, and Prasad Prabhu is there, and Swarna Guran Prabhu, who are like the core to get this setup done. And yes, of course, the rest of the team comes in. So I know this year it was challenging mainly because it was raining. Ram Babu, myself, I know we were without, we were not wearing even our footwear like shoes or chappal or anything. We were in 1.5 to 2 inch of rain that day, and we were working all until 10 p.m. is when we closed eventually. Saurabh, I think Ram Babu, Prasad Prabhu, we were there in the few devotees who were until end. So, and Ram Babu Prabhu, I mean, if I miss anyone, let me know. Okay? I mean,
Had more fun than the Rath Yatra during setup and take down.
yeah, I mean, we bought poncho, but the rains were like, you know, Jeet Mitra Prabhu bought the ponchos, but when we were wearing it, it was like, you know, very hot, and we were like, you know, so ultimately we had to take it out. We all were drenched. I know Aniket Prabhu. So, Aniket Prabhu, please come. And so I would like to tell one thing, that I was wearing poncho, but by seeing him, like how drenched and dedicated he was, I was like, okay, let's go. That's a better way to do it, basically. So, and I think he and his family also contributed on this stall. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Khara Prabhuji, again I think Khara Prabhuji, this was your first year, right? This was your first year, right? So Khara Prabhuji was also there on the day when we were cleaning all the trays and cambros, everything on Sunday. Thank you, Khara Prabhu.
Khara Prabhu, I have to say, is one of the few devotees, is when he comes every Sunday. Him and I know very well how and I. Whenever Khara Prabhu is here, he is seen to be in the kitchen washing
Dishes.
pots.
Yes. Yes.
Every time he
Yeah.
comes.
By default. He and his family both
I
are.
feel so bad, as if Mataji, can you leave the kitchen? No, making me feel guilty. But and they are not on any service team. They just come, they go in the kitchen, and they start.
Yeah.
Like an army.
Right. And
Prabhu, thank you.
even on that day, when, like, you know, some of the trays were not about the big trays, there were other things which were from the stalls.
Uh-huh.
So without anything, like we just bought and kept it here, and while we were doing that outside, he just came and finished that up. So like, great service. Alok Prabhuji. Alok Prabhuji will always be there on the tent setup day before.
And the breakfast.
Thank you. Breakfast and the water service. Yeah. So.
Yes. That day was very humid, right? That day was so humid, so he just kept going around and spraying water. And I remember at the end there was no more water bottles. And so devotees just went to the ice and put on, it was so hot. And there was one devotee that I know from New York, Yashoda Dulal Prabhu. He said that he saw this devotee doing the sprinkler service, that he wanted to get that mercy from you, so he took it from you to do it on the others, and then he gave it back to him. He said, well, this is a blissful service. So thank you for setting that example. Thank you.
Nishit Prabhu. Nishit Prabhu will almost never say no. He was there a day before, on the day, after the day, like on Sunday as well. So all 3 days of full service, full commitment, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Thank you, Prabhu. And we look forward for many more service to come, Prabhuji, from you. Thank you, Prabhuji. You come, Prabhuji. There are few names which I need your help.
Yes, we need your help, Rambha. Absolutely. Even I'm lost. This shows how much it takes a
So
team.
we almost had a team of more than 20 people all throughout 3 days. That's where, like, you know, and many devotees came through. This is through Ram Babu's office. So Piyush Prabhu, Aniket Prabhu, you know Piyush, Piyush, right? And Kaushik, no. Okay. Madhav Basin. Yeah. Yeah. And Prabhuji, Krupa Prasad Prabhu, right? Come, Prabhu. एक मिनट hang कर दो. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Lot of thanks. I don't think. Do we have Anshuman Prabhu? Vikas Prabhu is not there. I think, I think we have many devotees who are not here today. Like I think either they have gone to India or they have not come. Mataji, I think these are all our devotees who are not here.
Not here?
today.
Okay, cool, perfect.
But
Great.
are we missing? I mean, Jeet Mitra was there in all the. I mean, he was also helped me with
bouncing
all the
everywhere?
stationaries and everything. Rashmi Ranjan Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Vikas didn't come, Shravan is not there, Anshuman Prabhu is not there.
Miss anyone else?
That's it, right? Yeah.
As you can see, we have quite a bit of gifts left for devotees who are not here, but that actually shows the power of teamship, the power of coming together, the power of making it happen. And it takes a collective effort. It is never a one-man show. It takes a collective effort to make things happen, and it takes all of us to be able to come together and make it really work. And this festival has been very amazing. I've gotten a lot of amazing positive feedback, One of the feedback that I really got and was really touching, I almost had tears in my eyes, was when one devotee said that when she came to the site and she couldn't take her car down, she was one of the vendors, she said that there were 3-4 men coming up to her ready to move her car, park her car, help her with the cart, she was just overwhelmed with so much love and attention. And she said, this is family. So kudos to all of you for bringing that mood, for bringing that emotion, that feeling of welcomeness, because this is family, community building. It means family. You come in, you walk in, you feel like you're one of us, and they feel very warm, very welcome. So that was one of the positive feedbacks. A lot of amazing feedbacks. Even though the heat was, I think it was like 82 degrees, but the humidity was really crazy that day. So that was very, very, very bad. It was crazy, yeah. It was bad humidity. But that kind of really wore us out, so much so that I said, devotees are amazing. The night before, the morning of, the afternoon, and the evening break, and then the next day washing all the trees. And after that, we were all dead for a few days. But that is called teamship, absolutely. There's one devotee that I'm waiting for him to walk in. Can you find it's somewhere there. It's somewhere there. I'm gonna find out. This devotee, normally, this devotee would go with another devotee to Philadelphia for the past few years, and who was Mukundan Prabhu. And Mukundan Prabhu couldn't go this year because his mom wasn't feeling well. Immediately, Shravan said, I'll do it. You're wondering who? It's you. He loves, when I say loves, he absolutely loves doing the service of going in the morning hours to Philadelphia to bring the pujari and the deities and bring them back and take them back to Philadelphia. Shravan, you're amazing. It's somewhere there. I saw his name. It's got to be. He has a book. I know that. How did you do that? And the next morning. But not the morning. You know, this devotee is, and not only, we didn't have a car, a van, because we needed a van. Because we needed a van with the 3 seats joined at the back to put the deities, and they were big deities. And I said to him, I said, you know, we have the temple van, but it's not a good van to take the deities. Need some cleaning. He did some trick with your brother-in-law, right? Tell him what you did. You gotta hear this. Pop on your pastime.
Yeah, so like we were, I think Dear Krishna Prabhu was saying like we might rent a car, but even in the rental car, you don't get that middle seat, right? Like you cannot put like all 3 deities in the same row. So the week before, my brother-in-law was visiting for the July 4th long weekend, and he had an Odyssey. So we swapped like my car with his Odyssey for 2 weeks, and I used that car for the service. Hari.
So he did what is called a bartering system. I'll find your book. I have your book because I wrote your name personally. So I'll bring it to you. But yeah, he did something called bartering system with his brother-in-law and swapped it. But because why? He was determined to bring Lord Jagannath in a first-class vehicle. You got it. I knew it. I knew I wrote his name. Shravan, here you go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Shravan, yeah, and it's not easy. Good. And it's not easy to actually do tent set up the night before, and then get up in the morning to drive and be at Philly at 7:30. 7:30 in the morning, he had to be in Philadelphia. And then the whole day, and then go back in the evening, around 4 o'clock, take them back, and again come back that same night. Thank you. He loves it. I tell you, if you just ask Shravan, we need to bring them, I'll do it. He will not blink an eye. Will not blink an eye. Amazing devotee. Thank you, Shravan. Two more with you? One more with you? We'll pull Anshuman in because he likes that service too. I'm just volunteering names here. See? I have the right to do that. But he likes to do that service with you too. Anshuman. Perfect. So what he was saying is Maheshwar Prabhu, the pujari who brings the deities, he's getting old in age. He's almost 70, 65, 70. He can't lift. I mean, Lord Jagannath is heavy. All wood. Solid wood. So they had to get help to put the deities in the van and bring them here and then again pick them up. So what he's suggesting is next year if someone else can go with him, so there's 2 able-bodied men to help carry the lordships in the van so that Maheshwar Prabhu don't have to stress because he's up there in age. I can understand. It's just not easy. See, that's the same thing with the Kirnanda Prabhu. You know, when he was also, when he came for the Ratha Yatra, thank God we had Gaurang on ground because he's a heart patient. And I knew that. And I could tell that the heat stroke was getting to him. And I told him, Prabhu, sit in the van. He didn't want to sit in the van. But these are all devotees almost 70 years past 70. So, but if you see their dedication in wanting to serve Lord Jagannath, they will forget about their bodies. The only thing they want to do is service. That's it. One devotee that I forgot to, that I overlooked recognizing as Swana Gauranga Prabhu. He happened to be here. He was hiding on the altar thinking that I would forget him, but your book is in my hand, Prabhu. He is one of the backbones of the ground maintenance. With his enthusiasm, he brings people from his office, gives them the Lord Jagannath magic and the juice, inspires them, bring them out, they do amazing service, and they go back. Only by you they got the mercy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Amazing. Thank you. And if anybody is curious what are the two books, this book is actually the pastimes of Lord Jagannath. If any of us want to know what is the real, actual truth of Lord Jagannath's pastimes, this is the book. It is written by Bhakti Purushottama Swami, who is a disciple, sannyas disciple of Jayapataka Swami, who is Jitmitra Govindadasa's spiritual master. Amazing book. Actually, I have to say a joke is when I was trying to figure out what book to give Gaurang, my girl said, Mom, don't give an Oriya a book on Lord Jagannath. He's half Orient, you know. He's past that stage. So I had to give him Prabhupada instead. So yes, amazing, amazing, amazing book. This is a very, and because all of you served at Ratha Yatra, read this book. It will give you a much, much, much deeper essence of the pastimes of Lord Jagannath. Why did the Ratha Yatra and how you got involved in it, it's all from this book. This other book here is the pastimes of Srila Prabhupada on 26 2nd Avenue. That was the first temple he opened in New York City. And it's written by Mukunda Maharaj, who is his most senior disciple. I think he's almost 80-something, almost 90 now in New Zealand, something like that. Still living, still strong, still going. And this book is all about the pastimes of Srila Prabhupada in 26 2nd Avenue. And it's called The Miracle on 26 2nd Avenue. We thank you all for coming. We hope that you had a wonderful Ratha Yatra. Yes?
She spoke everyone's name, but she forgot herself, her family. You know, what we call the sacrifice, what we say as giving blood and sweat, they're the examples, blood and sweat. She just collapsed doing service. That's what she does all the time.
So Prabhu, just want to Srimad Bhagavatam for them?
I can sponsor, they already have though.
I have a set. I'll give it to some of this.
Prabhuji is Sakshat Bhagavatam. Prabhuji can speak Bhagavatam to me.
But no, it's actually it's actually a blessed honor and service that my family and I have to serve Prabhupada's mission. It is not an easy service that comes easily. It's a service that comes with a lot of responsibilities. But by the mercy of my spiritual master, by the mercy of Prabhupada, somehow he gives me the strength. I don't know where it comes from. But and then at the end I collapse, like you say. So I do go home and collapse.
She collapsed on the day of Kirtan.
Yeah, she
Friday
collapsed.
evening.
I collapsed on the 25th.
She collapsed on Saturday evening.
We're all collapsing. So let's just hope my husband doesn't collapse on me because I need. So we all.
He was collapsing while bringing them.
Oh yes,
You
he
collapsed
did.
on welcome day.
Yeah, okay, fine.
So
We also collapsed. That was a funny one, good one, sort of good one. But really, thank you for allowing me to serve all of you. Thank you for having me be part of the family. Like I said, this is Krishna's arrangement. It's Prabhupada's mission. We are all here for Prabhupada. If we remember what our GBC said on entertainment when he gave that speech. How many of you remember his speech? Yes. Did anybody remember his speech? I knew that was going to be a good example. Okay, fine, got it. I will tell you what he said. He said, why did this festival happen? Is it because of Anasuya? We said no. I said no. Parikshit, he said no. The temple, we said no. The list went on. The answer is Prabhupada. It's because of Srila Prabhupada that we have Ratha Yatra today. It's because of Srila Prabhupada that we have so many temples. He built 108 temples before he left the planet. And right now we have almost 700, excluding Namahatas and Bhaktavrikshas. Excluding Namahatas and Bhaktavrikshas. Yeah, it hates me. I mean, he knows that pretty well. So, without the Namahatas, 700 temples, only because Srila Prabhupada said so. If he did not bring Ratha Yatra, we wouldn't have Ratha Yatra today. So all the glories, all the gratitude, our blessings, good fortune is all because of none other than A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Only because of him. And it's because of him that we're all here today. So thank you all. Thank you for all the service you do. And like Vinod Prabhu says, there's more services coming up. We'll be doing it again. So we'll get geared up again and start the services again. So right now, we hope that you will take time to read these books. They're very, very powerful. I mean, amazing pastimes, beautiful pastimes. We will get ready for Guru Puja and followed by Aarti. Oh, I was asked, does anyone here don't have a set of Srimad Bhagavatam? Everybody has a Srimad Bhagavatam. Hari Hari Bol.
Probably every Sunday then we should ask a question, right?
Absolutely.
She asked whether you have it. She asked whether you are reading. We keep it as it is.
That was going to be my next question, actually, but thank you for reminding me.
So like as it is parampara.
Srila Prabhupada says Srimad Bhagavatam is none other than... I didn't hear it. Nah, it's too soft. Krishna! Good job, girlfriend. She knows what I want. Srimad Bhagavatam is none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When we hold the Srimad Bhagavatam in our hand, it's Krishna. When we read Srimad Bhagavatam, we are having association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When we study Srimad Bhagavatam, we are learning about the glories of the Lord and his devotees. That is the power of Srimad Bhagavatam. So if all of you have Srimad Bhagavatam, my humble request, read. Srimad Bhagavatam is not to be sitting on the shelf as part of the house living room decor. It is not supposed to be saying, oh, I'm very scholarly, so I have all this. Like if you go to some homes, they have a library full of books that hasn't been touched ever. I've seen that, believe it or not. Ever. That's not what Srimad Bhagavatam is. Srimad Bhagavatam is to be taken off the shelf, read, learn, study, not to collect dust. Imagine, again, because it's Krishna, Krishna is collecting dust in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. Not a good sight, is it? So please, if you have Bhagavatam, my humble request is please start reading it. Even if we read one verse a day, 5 minutes, just one verse a day, we'll get a lot. It's beautiful. Go ahead. Ashutosh Prabhu ki jai. The doctor in house. Prabhu, your presence alone is amazing. I call him our in-house doctor. And although he tells me that he's a pediatrician for neurology, but I said, no, you're all over. Because I said, no, you finished medical school, so you got to know something about something else, not just neurology and pediatrics. But thank you. We want to thank you and your family for supporting our Ratha Yatra, always being there. Prabhu, is it okay that I share that little secret that you shared with me about Austin a couple of months ago? So they were going to move to Austin, Texas a couple of months ago. And it was because of community, kids, opportunities, and all that. But he had to work longer hours. His wife, I think, was about 50-50 on moving. He was too, but they already made plans to move. For some reason, I call it the divine intervention. For divine intervention, he came to me one Sunday, he says, Mataji, we changed plans. I said, you're supposed to move this week. He says, no, we decided that this is our home. And we are not moving to Austin. This is where we belong. This is where my family belong, and my sons are fine and safe here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here for us, always supporting our temple, always. And your wife makes, I tell her that she must be one of Radharani's cooks. She's such a good cook, amazing. Anything she makes is like, wow, like a delicacy, whether it's spicy or not, or sweet or not, just like the delicacy. Thank you so much. Where's the book? You want to send your son up? Can you get this gift for your mom and dad? Come on, Chaitanya. Krish. Okay. Chaitanya. Okay. This is your son. Thank you. That's your son. Amazing family. Yes. Before we end, I'd like to ask devotees, do you have anything to share about the Ratha Yatra that was powerful, stood out for you? Something that you experienced that you never experienced that you want to share? A reflection?
Yeah, I wanted to share.
Good. More, give it the mic more.
Yeah, so so like one funny story I want to share is like at the Rath Yatra we had like a lot of senior people, like in terms of sannyasis and all of this. Chandramali Swami was there, Anuttama Prabhu was there, Vishnu Gada Prabhu was there, and then aside from that, from our temple also we had a lot of experienced people. But like the Rath Yatra coordination, like when to stop, when to go, when to stop, that was done by Gaurang, who is like the youngest of all the people. So that was, was very.
In fact, interesting because at the end, Vinod told me, Mataji, next year, I think I'll just work with Gaurang.
Yeah.
He knows when to stop and when not to stop.
I literally told Ram Babu Prabhu that we will just go with Gaurang.
Because what happens, like, we need to be aligned with the Kirtanyas, right? So, they know where to, like, what the mood is and where to stop. And so, then I was like, he told me, you just, I'll tell you when to stop, that's where we'll stop. And then after halfway through, then he kind of said, like, I'll let you know and then only you stop, otherwise we won't. And also the way the roads are, and we need to, how to turn the ruts and everything is very, it's very tricky. So that's whenever he asked me, okay, this shade, that shade, and that's where we were stopping. And maybe at that time the Kirtanyas come in, those fasting happens, people dance, and then we again start with the slow.
You're coming back next year.
I think maybe we can decide literally the spots where we want to stop and all. That
Get him on a car ride. Go with him.
If the same, if we are doing in the same.
Yes.
That's what we can decide. And
Perfect.
no confusion.
So you got to come the day before, next year on. In fact, even Rambam, the same thing. They said we got to just deal with. They both said, we'll ignore everybody. We'll just listen to Gaurang and that's it.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, when we plan ahead, we fix the problem. But in the moment when problems come up and you're confused, because there are so many people, you don't know which is the right action. Gaurang will take a decision, in the moment. There is too much pressure, there is so much people, but in the moment he'll fix the problem.
That's why I'm adopting him. We really appreciate it, Gaurang. Like I told you, you are an inmate. You're no more a guest. You're part of us. And I have to say, he was really, with such level-headedness, except for the time when Aditya got, badgered by that lady. But aside from that, he was so level. Any heat of the moment, he can really do it. And this is the guy that helps the procession for Philadelphia Rath Yatra. It's bigger than, 3 times bigger than us. And sometimes he would help in his Delaware temple. He was raised, that's why I said he's not 19, he's 91. But a very nice devotee, amazing. I'm so happy you came. I'm so happy your dad allowed you to come. And we work well as a team. Absolutely work well as a team. Thank you for being here. Now you got 2 people that want to work with you, Gorang. So you know what? You got to tell your dad that you have an invisible written contract with IOH. Okay? Hari Hari Bol. Please.
Just one. So I think I just would like to share one thing, especially the day when we were doing it. And so what happened? Now we are not allowed to put pins in the ground, right? When we that's very big tent to do without pins. So they put those boulders, right? So we go like Prasad Prabhu, New Prabhu, and we all go and like we kind of measure it, like okay, this many feet, this, and based on that they ask you to. We ask them to put the boulders. So those boulders are that heavy and it's not portable. In the sense, you like 5 or 10 people cannot push it. It's like immovable unless they bring the folk and they kind of move it, right? So the way they have put it, like and we have to, of course, people are going to sit in, so we need to make sure it's very stable, right? So you need to have it certain way so you can pull it tight and make it sturdy. One of the boulder on the side was not at the right place, and we were like, what to do? You cannot move it. We tried to move it. Then I am telling this because Hitesh Prabhu is not there here. So Hitesh Prabhu, he said, okay, let's try to do this. That we tried it. He said, okay. I said, Prabhuji, this doesn't move. Only once in my life I have seen Larry moving it by himself when we had it in that reservoir park.
Really?
Yeah. He literally moved it alone. So I said, he's not here. His son may not be able to do it. Let's see. He said, okay, let me do. Hitesh Prabhu is like he's very handy. Like he has everything in his van. So he said, let me try that slider thing. And he just brought those sliders. They are so light you cannot think that it will move such a big thing. And he brought that one of his tool.
Gadgets.
So we just put it in, and it was like moving it was like you're moving a couch at home. Like it was like that. Yeah. And I could not otherwise it would have been very difficult to honestly. It would not have been possible without that.
Amazing.
So Hitesh Prabhu's presence there, and we had those tools that time. Otherwise, it would have been very, very difficult.
Wow.
And that's one of the reason I think we are planning to buy that straps. So, we don't have to secure it better.
Amazing.
Mataji, there's nobody from cooking, like the Mandip and Xavier is not there.
So I was going to speak, thank you for bringing that up because I thought Mandip would come back. So these are the 2 devotees that go every year for the past 3-4 years to bring the prasadam from Baltimore Temple. So Baltimore Temple cooks the prasadam for 1,000 people, but we give them the boga from here, the groceries. So this time they left at Friday morning. Thursday night they loaded up, we got the truck. So there was a Penske truck by Dear Krishna's company. We loaded up all the camera containers. They did it. Both the guys did it, Xavier and Mandeep. They parked it over here. Next morning, they met me at Bombay Bazaar. We put all the boga in the truck, and they drove it straight to Baltimore Temple. They helped do all the cut up. They went to bed at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, he cut his finger also, Xavier Prabhu.
Cut his finger while doing cut up. Talk about Lord Jagannath's purification, right? Hare Krishna, I tell you. I don't know how many of you didn't get hurt that day, but I sure did. That's just how Lord Jagannath works. And came the next morning and brought the prasadam. We were hoping by 12 o'clock. They came 1 hour early. Ramababu said, so early? He says, but the procession is going on. I don't know. It's that they came, we gotta do something. He grabbed his guys, they unload the stuff, and prasadam was right on time. Right on time. And nothing was wasted. All the prasadam was given out. There was no leftovers. Nothing was wasted. Amazing, amazing devotees. And they actually love doing the service. Mamandeep and Xavier, they do very well together. They go together, they have their own pastime in the truck, and they come back together with their own truck pastimes, and then they do the service wonderfully. Just like Shravan, he goes, brings the deities, and come back. So these guys, the same thing. They go, bring the prasadam, the bhoga, and bring the prasadam and come back. And then it just manifests. And it's not an easy task. And we can see how much effort and work it takes for the service. It's not an easy feat. It takes sleepless nights. It takes strength. It takes energy, whether it's rain, humid, okay, no snow, thank God. But all those bad weather, devotees still are out there. Sometimes I don't know how Manoj Panchal can fry samosas with a smile on his face. I don't know how. I'll tell you a joke, Manoj Prabhu. My daughter asked me today, who's cooking the feast? So I told her it's Ankita's team. And she says, Panchal Prasadam ki jai! But she loves your cooking. Amazing. She loves your cooking, So it's really nice to see how you just stand before the hot fire frying samosas, and then your son spends all the afternoon just making that ice drink rather than playing with his friends. It's just beautiful. It's so nice, So thank you. Only by their mercy. I'm telling you, Nitya Gaurachandra is doing mercy here, absolutely. I'll share a quick pastime without mentioning names, and then we'll go straight into the Guru Puja Arti. Ratha Yatra is so powerful, amazingly powerful, because we take Lord Jagannath out to the streets of Harrisburg city. And along with that, we are pulling the Lord without any motor. It's just manpower. And we are singing and chanting the names of the Lord so loudly. And when we chant, we have to chant. We just can, what they call lip sync. You got to open your mouth and sing and scream. That is also kirtan. On the day of Ratha Yatra, there was one person. I'm not mentioning name, gender, nothing. There was one person that was standing on Market Street Bridge the day of our Ratha Yatra, the one that goes to City Island. This person was standing at the bridge about to commit suicide. This person stopped because she heard mridangas and kartal on the island. And this person turned, was wondering, what is happening on the City Island? It's not the Senators' ball game, because that was the away game, I think is what you guys call when they're not over there. So this person forgot about committing suicide or something, was curious to know, where is this music coming from? So this person came to a Ratha Yatra, and she saw a bunch of people dancing, so happy. And this person said, how are you all so happy? It's hot and it's humid. You're so happy. And this person went and asked different people, what are you chanting? What does this mean? What is it all about? Blah, 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 blah. This person forgot about committing suicide. This person started chanting 16 rounds a day. I don't know if any of you had goosebumps. I just had one right again. We cannot take Ratha Yatra like it's an Indian festival. It's not. Prabhupada said international. Amazing. Just one sound of the mridanga, and this person got distracted. And now this person is chanting 16 rounds after 5 weeks. That is the power of Ratha Yatra. We go out with the Lord and we share the holy name to bring the souls who need Lord Jagannath, who need the holy name. I want us to really think about this beautiful real life pastime that happened in this temple. It's no joke. It's very, very, very powerful. Sleep on it, meditate on it, and see the power of Lord Chaitanya through the holy name. Srila Prabhupada ki! We'll get ready for Guru Puja Aarti, followed by Aarti. Hari Bol. Vaishnav Thakur ki jai.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati प्रतिष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने विष्णु नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Vishnupad Paramhansa Parivajikacharya Stotra Sata Sishimaris Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Itilinda Vishnu Om Vishnupad Paramhansa Parivajikacharya Stotra Sata Sishimaris Divine Grace Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Ramacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki ISKCON founder Acharya Shri Prabhupada Ki Prem se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Dvaita Gadadhar Shivacharya Gaur Bhaktavinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopana Shyam Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan Ki Vrindavan Dham Ki Mathura Dham Ki Navadvip Dham Ki Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jagannath Swami Ki Ganga Mai Ki Jamuna Mai Ki Tulsi Devi Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Hare Krishna Mahamantra Ki Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Sama Veda Bhaktavinda Ki Nitai Gaura Bhavanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the lotus feet of Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Hiranyakashipu Vakta Hiranyakashipu Vakta Silatankanakalayi Silatankanakalayi Ito neslingo parato neslingo Ito neslingo parato neslingo Yato yato yami tato neslingo Yato yato yami tato neslingo Bahir neslingo hridaye neslingo Bahir neslingo hridaye neslingo Harating amalim sharanam prapadi Narating amalim sharanam prapadi Javakara kamara bari nakam Buddha Singha Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Danu Bringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagarisha Jaya Jagarisha Jaya Jagarisha Keshamanita Nanahani Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Jaya Jagadisha Jaya Jagadisha Jaya Nasingade, 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 Jaya Nasingade. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Singh Bhagavan ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki, Gaura Premanande.
I'm going to make this as quick as possible. So I want to welcome all the devotees to our Ratha Yatra Appreciation Program. Once again, thank you for all your help, all your commitment, dedication, love, and devotion in making the festival an amazing, amazing outcome and success. And we look forward to another one next year. Just a reminder that we just finished our 13th annual. So it's unbelievable to know that we've had this for 13 years. In Gita, yes. Next is the 14th year. So we gotta really look forward. You know, it'd be nice when it gets to the 20th year, then we have a big celebration for it, right? Amazing. Thank you so much. Few announcements. Would like to remind devotees that Purushottam month is coming to an end in a few days on the Wednesday. So 3 more days. It's still on clearance sale. What's on clearance sale? Chanting of the holy name, doing an extra service, attending classes, Harinam, service to the devotees, Vaishnava Seva. 3 more days, reap the benefit, as we say. And it comes to an end, and we will definitely see the blessings of Lord Krishna. So, and it ends on Wednesday, August 16th. Another reminder that we have been advertising the Sunday school registration. It's an online form. If you would like to register your kid and your child anywhere from ages 4 to high school, please do see myself or Mother Varsha. And it's an online form, and we will send it to you. Yeah, I don't want to strong my throat. And we will send you the online form, and we request devotees to please, if you can fill that out by August 26th, so that it will give us, the teachers especially, enough time to prepare for the materials, make your kids successful in whatever they're going to learn in next year's class. So again, we have 4 classes. So please do see us, and we'll definitely give you more questions. And you are very welcome to share it with any other friends that you have who would like to send their child to the Sunday school. So we look forward to hearing from you. And again, if you don't catch me, you can definitely catch Mother Varsha over here, and she'll be happy to send you the online form. We have 2 major festivals coming up this month. That's one thing about Krishna consciousness. Every time there's a festival, at least once a month, if not twice. So we have Julan Yatra coming up on Sunday, August 27th. And the blessing is, that is the first day of Julan Yatra. It's Ekadasi, and we get to swing Sri Sri Radha Sharad Bihari. Beautiful start of Julan Yatra. So please, we welcome you to the program on Sunday, August 27th, followed by Balaram Purnima on August 30th. Wednesday, yes. That follows by Balaram Purnima. That's when we end Julan Yatra. So we get to start Julan Yatra swinging the deities on Sunday, then we get to swing them again at the end on Balaram Purnima, and that is the birthday of Lord Balaram. So please do block your calendars. Balaram Purnima will be an evening program because it's a weekday. We'll definitely send out more details about that. And of course, Balaram Jayanti is a regular Sunday program that falls, Julan Yatra is a regular program that falls on August 27th, Sunday. We are definitely requesting if there is anybody who would like to sponsor the feast for either Julan Yatra and or Balaram Purnima. Flowers are definitely in need because we have Pushpa Abhishek on both the days, on Julan Yatra for Sri Sri Radha Sharad Bihari, and flowers for Lord Balaram. So if anyone would like to sponsor the feast and the flowers, please do come see me, because as we shared in the expense report, flowers are pretty expensive, but we want to have a very nice Pushpa Abhishek for the Lord on both the days, Julan Yatra and for Balaram Purnima. And September 2nd to September 4th, we have the Kipona Festival. We are going to take the temple out on the streets that weekend. So please do make yourself available. We'll have 2 booths. One is a Harinam and one is a book table. And we're going to be there from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Any help that is needed, we will definitely let you know, and we can request as much help as we can from all of you. And the next festival upcoming is Janmashtami. And that is September 6th. And followed by that is Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja, September 7th. Both of them will be an evening program. Janmashtami will be at 7 o'clock on Janmashtami day, and Srila Prabhupada's will be 4:30 the very next day. So we will definitely send out a lot of emails. We got a lot of planning. That's one of our biggest festivals in the year is Janmashtami. So we will definitely send out more details. There's going to be, in fact, their lordships, including Radha Sharad Bihari and the gopis, are getting a new outfit made from Vrindavan. So we are looking forward to that. And I forgot the color, but we'll keep that as a surprise. And yes, there will be a full Abhishek for them on that day. So please, you are most welcome to share that. Invite your friends, families, co-workers, colleagues, whoever that you think would love to be part of Janmashtami. Please do come out, and we'll be happy to serve you and look forward to having you be part of the festivities. Without further delay, Saira is here today. She'll do the prasadam prayers. Haribol.
Mahaprasade Govinde, Pramane Vaishnave, Sarpa Punya Vatam Rajam, Vishwasinya Vidayate,
Hare Krishna. I am serving the Charnamrit. You can come and get it.
I can eat here, so I can eat here.